It's 9%. Largest ever. Fuel, largest ever. Fuel oil is up 107%. Electricity, the largest increase since 2006. Rent, largest since 87. Airfare since 1980. And services since 1990. Look at this response. We can recover from inflation. We never had a January 6th insurrection or a president who would not commit to peaceful transfer of power. You all better start giving an ish about that. By the way, gas prices are fueling this increase. Now ask why oil companies are making record profits. I'll tell you why. You guys want to know why? I can tell you why. All right. I see these memes. They say corporations are seeing a 25% on average increase in profits at a time of hyperinflation. This proves they are screwing us. Let me explain it for you quite simply. If a company sells widgets for $100 a piece, and it costs them $75 to cover all the costs of the production of the widget, and taxes and everything, then they're netting a $25 profit. That means they are seeing a 25% profit. Now, people are complaining about that profit. Let's say inflation increases, and the company says we want to maintain our profit levels. Now, in order to manufacture that widget, it costs $125. If the corporation is still going to see a 25% profit, meaning the percentage hasn't increased or decreased, they'll now be making $31.25. But that's an increase of 25% of their profits. Now, cost to profit will stay the same, but the number increases by 25%. They say their profit increased by 20%. That's inflation! Their profits are going up alongside inflation. Now, I get it. You could be arguing, and perhaps what they're saying, profits should be decreasing because they're taking care of their employees. Fine. But if it's static, the numbers will go up. Take a look at this from Andy Busder. Here's May's wage and inflation rates comparison chart based on BLS data. Food, fuel, and shelter all up more than wages, hitting working and middle-class Americans where it hurts most. Biden's blame and spend policy is not working. Please put it back the way it was pre-pandemic. Take a look at this. The Trump admin is in red. The Biden admin is in blue. And we can see that in April of 2020, a major spike in the percentage wage change. Wages went up. Inflation went down. Then, Joe Biden takes over. And almost instantly, wages collapse and inflation skyrockets. Now, hold on there a minute. Many of you may be saying, wait, Tim. Joe Biden didn't have time to do anything. Okay, it's mostly true. A lot of what we're seeing may be the direct results of actions taken by Donald Trump. In April of 2020, this major spike coincided right around the time that the pandemic lockdowns began. So, however, let me put it this way. There was a period for several months up until January where nothing happened. Now, I believe it's entirely possible. Governorships and Congress spending and Donald Trump all contributed to some major hurt, which resulted in, bad things happening. But hold on a minute. In December of 2020, wages went up. Inflation was going slightly down and started to tick up. It wasn't until Joe Biden gets in that there's a major and dramatic shift. I'm sorry. I am not going to believe that Trump had a stable year with all of the chaos, and it was only in February of the next year, right after Joe Biden gets in, that things changed. Now, I'll tell you what happened. Joe Biden, for one, rocked confidence. I know it's kind of stupid, but it's true. He gets elected and people said, okay, we're done. And that impacts things. But Biden also signed off on tons of executive orders. Shut down the Keystone Pipeline. That was a big one. Banned fracking and oil and gas leases on certain federal lands. These things have an impact. He immediately started pushing extensions on eviction moratoriums and extending these unemployment benefits. All of these things continually rock confidence and shock the system. I do think you could argue that inflation is driven up. It takes a while to see inflation drive. It could be the major spike is caused by a release of many of these lockdowns. But I do believe, regardless of how you cut it, Donald Trump takes some of the blame. Fact. Joe Biden takes some of the blame. Fact. Joe Biden's policies directly impacted the cost of gas. And if those people were right in those Twitter responses that gas prices are driving a lot of this, which I agree with, not all of it, then that's on Joe Biden. Donald Trump gets a lot of credit for gas prices going down in the year of the pandemic, and he doesn't deserve it. Gas prices went down because nobody was driving and demand was dropping to the floor. There were instances where people had to sell to get rid of the crude. They had too much. So that really made Trump look better. What I think is important is to not look at the major and obvious spike in this graph. People are going to look at the Trump admin to Biden